Now, let us cover what is a data element in SAP. Think of a data element as the meaning or description of a field. It defines semantic meaning of a field. It includes field level and documentation. It links to domain for technical details. While the domain defines the technical side, like as you have seen, we have specified length, type, etc. The data element defines the functional side. I'm repeating, guys, once again. Domain defines the technical side, whereas the data element defines the functional side. What the field represent, what it look like, and how end user interact with it. For example, let us say you are creating a field in a table for suppose customer email. Okay, you are creating a field. That field name is a customer email in a table, in a database table basically. So a domain, there it says its character type with 50 characters. So for the field customer email, we would be creating a domain of type character and we would specify the length as 50 character. But data element says it's a customer email address. The user will use, or sorry, the user will see a proper level, maybe get help from SAP memory or a drop down, but they would get a proper understanding what this field is about. It can be any field, right? It can be a customer email, it can be suppose a material number, it can be a purchase order, it can be any other thing. But data element where we specify the field level, it makes the end user able to get a proper understanding why what is this field for, what it looks like, and how the end user interacts with it. So this is again the snippet which I have captured from SAP while creating a data element, where we specify a data element name along with a short description. In data type, there are four tabs: attribute, data type, further characteristics, and field level. We don't use the further characteristics much. It deals with search help and all. We don't use much basically. Majorly we prefer data type, the second type, and the field level, the last tab. In data type, there are again elementary type and reference type. And elementary type is again defined into two types. One is a domain and a predefined type. In case of domain, we have to specify a domain which we have created earlier. We can directly specify the domain, and that data element will fetch the technical details which the domain contains, so it will automatically get it linked. Okay, but suppose if you wanted to have a data element but don't wanted to create a domain for that, then you can use a predefined type. And let me show you this one slide which I have created. Yeah, as you can see, this is a database table fields. So this table fields, in the table fields we have option of data element, not domain. The table fields are directly linked to data element. So table uses data element, and in this data element, in elementary type we have option to provide domain. If we wanted to have a domain into a data element, we can provide the domain. So this is how data element is acting as a bridge between the table field and the domain. So domain is living inside a data element. So you can consider data element as a container where the domain is residing basically. Let me go back to the previous slide. Yeah, so again, a domain again contains several properties basically. When we create a domain, first is the data element, its name, then its name, parameters, parameter id. So this parameter id, parameter, these things are a part of further characteristics, the third tab, which is actually not used much. Okay, but for the learning sake we should know that. So it is majorly used for, let me go to the previous slide. Let me show you. As you can see, the further characteristics, the second snippet basically. In the further characteristic, it has search help written on it. It has name, parameters, and a parameter id. So what is it about? So you can link a search help like a drop down list or a lookup pop up to a data element. Parameters are field exchanged between screen and help list. So suppose you have created a search help. Okay, now you can add that search help in a data element. You can specify the search help name over here. For a country code field, attach a search help that shows all countries. I'm just giving an example. Suppose you have a country code as a field. You have created a, you have a search help, and you have also created a data element for that. So you can attach the search help that will show, probable list of countries in a drop down, like IN, USD, etc. So when a user sees when a user types in the field, they can press F4 to get suggestions. So it would help you in getting the suggestion list. Another thing, you can see there's a parameter ID in the second snippet itself. There is L and D written over there. So it is something like SAP autofills a field from memory using a parameter ID. For example, if a user select sales organization, or suppose material number or purchase order once, SAP can remember and autofill it next time. It is very much useful only suppose you are using it for frequently entered values, so you don't have to enter it again and again. SAP will automatically, pre-fill that value. So all these things are theoretical. Until unless I'm you are not getting in practical, you will not get a complete visibility basically. That's completely fine in fact. And furthermore, we don't use the further characteristics much, as I have told you prior. The further option, like as you can see, change document. So what is that change document flag? It tells SAP, it tracks changes for this field. Example, if a field like customer address, if a field like customer address changes, it should shows up in change log. Only works if this flag is on in the data element. It's great for tracking business critical information. There is another property which is known as no input history. When this is enabled or on, SAP won't remember previously typed values in this field. For example, there are certain sensitive fields now, suppose bank account number, password, pin. So it should not get automatically populated, or as a search help it should not appear. So it ensures privacy. There is another option called basic direction in LTR. So for languages like Arabic or Hebrew, which are left to right aligned, this option ensures field values still appear right to left to right basically. Example, when you log in the system in Hebrew or Arabic language and still want email and phone numbers to display in LTR, you can use this. Basically useful for international system basically. And there's another option called no bidirectional filtering, that is an advanced settings, but don't worry about this unless you are working in left to right script formatting. Yeah, let's move on to the practical, guys. So let us go to SC11T code in order to create a data element. Now press enter. Earlier we have created a domain with Z country. Now again we can create a data element now with the same name Z country. We can specify for simplicity and use, and it is specially recommended majorly by SAP. We can use the same data element name, same name as the same name of the domain. So data element name and domain name can be same, and this is recommended by SAP as a standard best practices. So click on data type option, click on create. The first option is data element. This is automatically selected. Click on check. Now again, as you can see, the tick mark, the checked is on their short description, means it is quite mandatory, you have to give a short description. I can give it data element for a country. Now it is asking me for a domain. So since I have already created the domain, so I have an option. I can directly provide the domain name over here and click on save option, and clicking in a. But as you can see, the moment I click on save option and I'm trying to activate, the object gets activated. But there's one more important thing. One thing to notice over here, the domain, when I have provided the domain name, the data type and length gets automatically pre-populated over here. And if you wanted to see what is this domain, if you wanted to see further information regarding this domain, you can just simply double click onto it, and you would get the information. Like you have for this domain, you have enabled the case sensitive. In value range, you have specified some fixed values over here. You can see it. You can go back Again you come to data element wala section where it is data element written over here. You can go to field level, and here you have to enter the name of the field. So it's country, you can give count for short. If it is a medium, suppose in short I am giving cnty, suppose. In medium I am giving cout full stop. In long I am giving country, and in heading I am giving country name as a full. Likewise we can specify the field level. So depending upon the size of the screen, this information will get automatically populated. If the size of the screen, well, the size of the field, when you will be getting it displayed in in from ss16 and browser, when you are executing a table or executing a report. Basically when you are executing a table for this particular field country, if the column size is small, it will appear as cnty. If it is medium, it would be count dot, and if it is long, it would appear as country as full. We don't have to specify the length, just click on save. The length will get automatically populated. As you can see, you can click on activate. So the very first definition of a data element that I have told you, that it represent the functional side, what the field represent, what it looks like, and how the user interact with it. So basically user will see this information, user will see a proper level, this country in short, in medium, in long, in heading, and this information will get automatically populated. So let me activate this. It's activated it. Now I just wanted to show you that earlier we have specified a domain over here, that is z country. But what if, wait, we have specified z country. So since we have already created the domain, so it will get auto populated over here like this. But suppose that you don't wanted to have a domain created already. Okay, you wanted to use the built-in types. So in case of built-in types, you have to directly specify the data type and length. Let's click on over here, built-in types. See, in built-in types I am specifying the data type as character and length is 30. So we can SAP is providing us that option. Like it is not required to create a domain for each and every data element. It is not mandatory, but it is a best practice. Like when you are creating a data element, just make sure that you are creating a domain as well, because domain contains a lot of extra features, like case sensitive, like negative signs. All those things are over there, like this conversion routines, value range. So it gives a hell lot of features, and it's better to use a domain. So now we have already created a data element, and the domain is also created. Let us save this domain again. I'm in data element again. So two things are done basically. Now let me quickly create a database table for you, where I would be using this data element, and domain is already linked to this data element, and will show you how it looks like to the end user when they like how these fields are reflected. What is the, where is this field, like country, where is this country, like cnty, count, count, how this depending upon the various size of the field length, how it appears to the end user. I wanted to show you that. I also wanted to show you, like in case of domain where we have specified certain fixed value in US, UK, how those restriction are being done. How I am restricting the user from entering, not entering any other values apart from these, as I have promised you earlier when I was explaining you the domain part. So let us quickly start with creation of a database table. So in order to create a database table, again, as you know, we have to go to S11 T code. I have already created a two videos basically how to create a database table in SAP ABAP. Please go and check that video. So let us create our database table. Let us z demo, my table name, z demo table. Click on create demo table for understanding data element and domain. Select a delivery class as a Display maintenance I'm making as allowed. Go to the fields. Let me enter mandate as a first field as per SAP's best practice. Data element is also mandate. Now let me enter only one field, which is country. Okay, let me enter one another field called ID. And here I wanted to use a built-in types where character 1. Now I wanted to use our field called country. Okay, click on data element, and this is a data element option. This is the database table, and this is the data element where we have to specify the data element name which we have created earlier. So its name is Z country. Just paste this name, click on enter. All this information like data type, character length, 30, short description, data element for country will automatically appear. All you need to do is click on save option, click on save, go to technical settings, click on save, and you have to specify your data class over here with I am specifying appl 0. I'm not providing any size category. It's appl 0. Sorry, it's some issue, guys. Let me go back, go to technical settings again. Let me select appl 0, site category as 0. Click on save, save again, go back, click on activate. Yes, the table gets activated. Now what we will be doing is we will enter a record in this table. We will enter a record in this table. How to do that? Go to utilities, go to table contents, click on create entries. By default the mandate, the client is 400. I wanted to give a ID as 1. And now as you can see, CNTY, I am the country. I wanted to enter the country as suppose Australia. Suppose AUST I am in fine. So it is providing me as input as enter a valid value. It is not inputting Australia, guys. So let me input any other value. Suppose I wanted to enter, England. Again click on enter. It is providing me with the error message as enter a valid value. So every time I am inputting any value over here, it is prompting me an error. Why is this, guys? This question is for you guys. Why is this error coming? So let me answer you. Like, since we have specified a value range in domain where we have restricted for certain values for this country only, it will take only certain values like which are mentioned in this, in this option. Like, all you need to do is you have to click on this search help, click on this, a pop-up will open, and it will enter only this value, IN, US and UK. Apart from this, it would not allow any other field. Now let us enter USA and click on save option. It will get saved. As you can see the record, database record successfully created. I am interested to save another value, as suppose the ID is 2 and I wanted to select for India. Click on save, the value gets saved. So I have inserted 2 values now. Okay, going back, now I wanted to see the table contents. Click on execute, click on execute again. So wait, click on execute. Let me change the table parameter first, converting it to an ALV. Basically you have to go to user parameter, ALV grid display with field name or field level, maybe field level or field name is fine. Yeah, maybe I wanted to change it to field for selection as. So as you can see from here, it is clarified, it is clear that CNTY stands for country. This country short description I have specified in data element. Okay, now again if I go to settings, fields for selection, no, not that, not fields for selection, I wanted to go for user parameter. I wanted to select field level guys. Okay, see the moment I select field level guys, this I wanted to show you. As you can see, count dot, immediately this in value, this I mean the field level gets changed, it appears as count dot. Remember guys, if you go to AC11 again, let me open it in a separate tab for you, that will help you to understand much more better. Go to data type, click on display, go to field level, this is the data element, and for the medium length is 6, the field level which we have mentioned is count dot. The same thing is getting appeared over here, the same thing is appearing over here. If you click on execute, see the entire name, the country name, because it has a larger space, so it is appearing as a full, as a country name automatically. We do not do anything, we have specified, we told SAP that SAP, if the length of the field is 4, okay, if the size of the, the size is bit smaller, it is of 4 length, then you show country CNTY. If it is of medium size, so CONT dot. If it is a long, then country. If for heading which needs a larger space, larger length, you show the entire name as country name. And that is how it is actually working, so this country name field level which is appearing in the table header, it is just because of the data element, and US and India, the value that we entered, okay, the technical capabilities of this particular value is provided by domain. Restricting values in this particular field is also provided by domain. So I hope I am able to explain you very clearly the segregation between a data element and a domain. Now coming to the slides, difference between data element and domain. So I hope you are clear now. Domain, that is technical attributes like type and length. Data element, like it provides a semantic attribute for a table field. Domains are reused in multiple data elements. You can use a domain in multiple data elements, there is no issue, you will not get any error. And same data element can be used in multiple tables, views, structures, you will not get any kind of error. So again, these two lines, domains can be reused in multiple data elements, then again data elements can be used in multiple tables, views and structures. So real-time use case guys, I have showed you in practical. So let me moving on to the next slide. So why is this matter much? Because it ensures data integrity, reusability. Why reusability? Because we are able to reuse the same functionality, same technical information, we can use it for similar kind of data fields. That is a reusability purpose. Global consistency is there, and it improves maintainability in large SAP project. So suppose if there is a domain or a data element in a, suppose there is a data domain you have used in your project, and where we have specified the character length as 10, and this domain is linked to 10 or 15 data element. Now you come up with a requirement like, now the data will get stored of 30 character, the data which will get stored in the table will be of 30 character. So all you need to do is go to that particular domain, change the length to 30, it will automatically get reflected to all the data elements because they are all consuming the same domain, and eventually you will be able to save 30 character length data. This is for you guys. I hope you will now be able to answer these questions. These are basically asked in the interview perspective. What is the purpose of a domain in SAP ABAP? Can multiple data elements use the same domain? How is the data element different from a domain? Why are field level defined in data elements? What are the advantage of using a domain? I hope you will be able to answer this question. These are for you guys, and let me know in the comments. So last but not the least, a summary. Domain defines technical attributes, data element defines semantic meaning, and both ensures clean, reusable data structures. Thank you so much for joining today's session on data element and domain. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like the video, comment your thoughts or doubts, share this video with your friends, subscribe to Namaste SAP for more simple and powerful SAP tutorials. Stay tuned guys, new videos dropping every week. Until next time, Namaste and happy learning. Thank you.